Alrighty, so we're going to start this morning by trying to just gently, a very gentle heart opener, just opening up our chest and kind of coming into that nice, big, expansive breath. So if you have a blanket or a towel handy, I have mine folded into nice long. You want it long enough that it can lay along your back and support your head. So again, whether it's a towel or a blanket, you can even use your blocks here if that's something you really want. They're a little hard. I prefer the softness of the blanket. It's a little more softer. So just make your way onto your back today with the back of your rib cage, the back of your head supported on the blanket. If you need a little bit more height under the head, you can certainly grab a block or another towel or something to put up. Knees are bent or straight, your choice. And we'll just bring the arms at our side. And if it's comfortable, close your eyes. Take a big, big breath in. And we'll open the mouth and exhale and just soften back. Take another big breath, inhale. Opening the mouth and exhaling everything out. One more time. Nice, expansive, filling breath. And allow your exhale to melt the shoulders back. Let your back of your pelvis land on the ground. With our eyes closed, we begin to shift our gaze inward, away from the external, outside world. And we start to notice. And just coming into sensations in the body, letting your attention just wander around. With this, just a sense of curiosity to see what's there. Noticing the vivid and noticing the quiet. And then begin to draw the attention onto the breath, and as we often do, just noticing where in the body you might feel your breath at this moment. Just observing. And then this morning, I invite you to just bring your hands, if this is comfortable for you, to rest along the lower edge of your rib cage, right around that lowest rib. Nothing too specific, but just so long as the hands can kind of feel this lower edge of the rib cage. And as you breathe here, maybe visualizing your diaphragm, the muscle that runs along the entire bottom of the rib cage. Inhaling, the diaphragm moves downward. And as we exhale, the diaphragm floats back up and underneath the ribs. So as we begin to slow the breath down here, increasing the length of your inhale just a little bit more, and taking a full and complete exhale here, feeling the diaphragm move up under the ribs. At the bottom of the exhale, maybe just visualize and think about pulling that diaphragm up a tiny bit more, exhaling until you're completely empty. Just a gentle little tug upwards. Slow, rich, deep inhale, diaphragm moves down. Maybe you feel expansion in the belly. Exhaling, feeling the collapse, everything soften. And just keeping our breath slow and smooth here. Just notice if the ribs move at all for you. Do they lift or expand at all as you take your breath in? And then noticing what happens on the exhale. Remembering our diaphragm is a muscle. And as we focus our breath and our attention on the diaphragm, we call this diaphragmatic breath. And as that muscle moves, just noticing how it impacts the other areas of the body. And diaphragm moving downward and upward, and then as it moves down into the abdominal cavity, moving the organs around and everything expands and moves. And exhale, everything softens back in. And stay here for a few more rounds. Just enjoy the expansiveness of your inhale, taking it wherever it feels it wants to go. Maybe you can even feel some space being created around your heart to the upper chest. Keep softening on every exhale, emptying out. And just a couple more here. We're going to just slowly come off of the blanket. So to do that, if your knees aren't bent, we'll bend the knees and just gently roll off to one side, just enough that you can reach back. And just remove the blanket or towel, set it aside, and then come back onto your back with your knees bent. Shoulder blades resting on the floor, back of the pelvis on the floor. We're going to draw each knee up and we're going to stack the knees over our hips. Place your hands on your knees so that the fingers curl up and over the kneecaps, fingers pointing towards your feet. We'll take a breath in here. As you exhale, just draw the knees into the chest as if we're squeezing the exhale out. Inhale, return the knees back out over the hips. Exhale, in, squeeze the air out. Inhale, knees move away. Exhale, squeezing out the air. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, knees out. Exhale, bring them in. As we inhale this time, extend your right leg out. Exhale, take a twist, left leg over to the right and left arm up above your head. Inhale, come back to center where we started, knees above the hips, hands on the knees. Exhale, extend the left leg, right knee comes across, right arm reaches up and over. We're going to move back and forth with our breath between these 2 side twists. Inhaling, coming to center. Exhale, right leg extends, left leg across, left arm up. Inhale, coming to center. Exhale, left leg long, right leg across, right arm up. So just keep flowing with the breath. Inhale to center. Exhale, twisting to the right, right arm sweeps up. Inhale to center, left leg extends, left or right arm up and over, twisting. Let's take 1 more on each side. Inhale, bring yourself to center. Exhale, twist right, reach. Inhale, draw to center, and exhale, twist to the left. Reaching up and over. Inhale, come back to center, give yourself a hug, and just roll some circles around on your sacrum. So just making circles with the knees, making sure you go both directions here. Just finding a little love for that low back. And then allow yourself to roll to your favorite side, and we're going to press to seated and make our way right into tabletop. So once you find your hands and knees this morning, I just would invite you to find some very intuitive movement here. Maybe just kind of start with a sway side to side. Kind of letting this be really loose and flowy. Maybe making some circles with your heart around in one direction and then the other. And we'll just start making our way into some cat-cow if that's something you feel you'd like. And I would like, again, this to be intuitive. So we'll inhale, letting that solar plexus drip to the floor, lifting the tailbone. And the gaze, and then exhaling and around, and we draw that solar plexus, maybe even thinking about drawing that diaphragm on that exhale up under the rib cage to dome. And if just staying in a nice stationary cat-cow feels good, stay here. If rocking forward, we inhale, maybe rocking a little bit back on the exhale would feel good. Maybe start with that. Again, finding your intuition here, listening to what your inner wisdom has to say. Oh, what would feel good in this moment? So we're just going to take a couple more rounds here of whatever intuitive cat-cow, moving with breath. In the beginning, to just move the hands out, maybe one hand print. On the inhale, we're just going to create some bigger movement here. Inhale forward, shoulders are over our wrists. We're going to exhale, bend the elbows back and lower to the belly. Hands at your mid-rib. Inhale, head, neck, and heart for cobra. Exhale, press back. Hips towards your heels. Reach the fingers out for child's pose. Inhale, gliding forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, finding that cobra. Exhale, pressing back. Let's take one more round of that. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, peel down. Inhale, rise the head, neck, and heart. Exhale, find the child's pose. Tuck the toes here. Leave the hips slightly lifted. Walk your fingers out and drip the forehead down, more like a puppy pose here. We're just looking for some lengthening underneath the arms here. And then inhale, come on back up. We're going to grab our blanket or our towel again. So I'm going to unfold my blanket one time, and I'm going to make a small little roll here. I'm not going to roll the blanket all the way up. We're going to roll our blanket, maybe so it's got about 2 or 3 inches of a diameter here. And what we're going to do is we're going to come down so that the blanket is below the lower ribs, finding the lower ribs here. And we're going to let the blanket lay just beneath the rib cage across that upper belly. So coming onto the belly here, we're going to take a Sphinx pose, but have the elbows, rather than under the shoulders, move them out forward just a little bit so that some of the weight of your body, you can feel that blanket kind of gently compressing just underneath the rib cage here. So this is just a little bit of a diaphragm massage today, working on a little bit of just exercising that wonderful diaphragm muscle there. So take a moment to let your body sink into the blanket. And as you inhale, feeling that diaphragm press downward and into the blanket, letting the body lift a bit. And as you exhale, sink down, let the blanket sink in. Inhale, press the blanket away. Exhale, soften. Inhale and exhale. Almost as if those exhales, the blanket can almost sink up underneath the ribs just a little tiny bit. Keep it going here. Inhale. Press the blanket away with the top of the belly. Exhale, everything relax, let it sink. Maybe take 2 more rounds there. Wonderful. Let's bring the hands under the shoulders. Gently press yourself to table. Go ahead and set your blanket aside. You can sit back on the heels for a moment. Just take a breath here. You can stay in table if that feels better, but just notice if you feel an increase in the vividness of the sensation around that area. And then everyone meet back in tabletop. So let's extend on the inhale, the right leg back, left arm floating up. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, lower the hand back down and drop the right toes to the ground. Turn your left foot out to the side, drop to the inner edge of your right foot, and inhale, sweep the right arm up and over, supported side plank. As you exhale, Turn everything back down into table and sink back child's pose. Inhale, glide forward, extend the left leg and the right arm. Exhale, drop the right hand, drop the left toes. Turn the right toes out, drop to the inner arch of the left foot. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and reach over. Exhale, drip everything back to table and sink your hips back. We're going to move through those with our breath. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, drop the hand, drop the toes. Turn the left foot out. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, come back to child's pose. Inhale, glide forward, right arm, left leg. Exhale, drop the hand and toes. Right foot shifts out. Inhale, turn to the side, reach up and over. Exhale, come back, find child's pose. We're going to do that one more time on each side. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, hand and foot to floor. Inhale, turn the foot out, reach up and over. Exhale, find child's pose. Last one, this time inhaling right arm, left leg. Exhale, drop the hand and foot. Right foot turns out, inhale, sweep up and over. Exhale, come to child's pose. Option here, tuck the toes, take another puppy pose. Walking the hands out, drop the forehead and heart between the arms. Or bring the hands in a bit and take your downward facing dog. So we'll lift the knees, shift the hips back, keep a deep bend in the knees at first as we press the top of the mat away, lengthening our spine and reaching our hips up and back. Inhaling here, then starting to press the heels towards the earth one at a time, back and forth. Start to open up along the back of your legs. Remembering puppy pose is okay too. Just keep breathing and focusing on opening up underneath the arms. When you're ready, settle into your downward facing dog, letting the heels melt for the floor, feeling the length in your spine, letting the head hang. We're all going to make our way to the top of the mat. So if you're in downward facing dog, start to lift the gaze, shift forward a bit, bend your knees, and start to just tiptoe walk up. If you're in puppy pose, come through table, step one foot up, and then step the other foot up. Everybody meets at the top of the mat, feet hip width distance, and just dump it over. Let yourself hang. Maybe sway here. Let the upper torso hang heavy. Let the head and neck be soft and relaxed. If it feels really good, maybe you want to grab opposite elbows here. Little ragdoll. Little sway back and forth. Opening up the back of our body. Maybe feeling that connection, that long line of opening up the back of the legs, around the hips, up either side of the spine. Let your hands melt to the floor if you have opposite elbows. We're going to slowly inhale and come up halfway, just straightening our spine, lengthening here. Exhale, bend the knees, drop the hips, and inhale, sweep it up. Come up to standing, reach tall, reach back, open the front of the body. And exhale, bring the hands down to your sides, sweep the arms up at prayer position, hands at heart. Close your eyes here, take a big breath. Notice the energy in your body in this moment. What do you feel? Be the observer. Alrighty, we'll take one more breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, come to the bottom of the breath and float the eyes open. Let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms all the way up. Let's reach tall. As you exhale, bend the knees, and we're going to sit back, finding a chair pose. Keep the arms reaching. As we take our next breath in, we're going to inhale, we're going to sweep the arms to airplane arms, straighten the knees. At the bottom of, or at the top of that inhale, maybe lift the heels, and exhale, fold, dump it over. I'm going to try that again. Let's inhale up halfway. As you exhale, bend the knees and sweep the arms up to chair. Inhale, sweep the arms back, straighten the knees, maybe lift up onto the toes, and exhale, dump it forward. Let's try it again. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, find chair. Inhale, sweep the arms back, straighten the knees, maybe lift, and exhale, fold. Bend the knees enough so that you can plant your hands on the earth and step your left foot back, find a lunge. We're moving into Warrior One today. So Warrior One, we have our feet hip-width distance apart. So just peek down and make sure that your feet are not on a balance beam, that you have your right foot in one lane, the left foot in another. And then drop your back left heel. Inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up, rise up, and we're going to arrive in Warrior One. We're going to spend just a few moments of breath in Warrior One today. Very grounding pose here this morning. Think about activating through that thigh and your inner thigh here. That back heel pressing down, the baby toe edge of your left foot pressing down, grounding into the ground there. Same thing with the front leg, feeling strong, grounded, feeling the whole sole of your right foot in the earth here. Front knee is bent, feeling that stable, grounding connection to the earth. And then with the arms, we reach up in the opposite direction, keeping that groundedness down through the feet and legs and reaching up for the sky with our hands. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, just allow the hands to come. Turn the fingers down and bring each palm to either side of your sacrum. Draw your shoulder blades back, elbows back. Inhale, begin to lift the chin, lift the gaze, lifting the heart. Opening ourselves up towards the sky. Inhale. Coming forward, releasing the arms back up, reach. Exhale, bring the hands so that the elbows are out, fingers right by your ears here. Inhale, open up like a butterfly, elbows back, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, straighten into the knee, draw your elbows towards one another, dome into your back, chin to chest. Inhale, come to open. Exhale, straighten the knee and dome. Inhale, bend the knee, open. Exhale, curling in. 2 more times, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the knees straight. Inhale, rise the torso up, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands back behind you. We're going to interlace our fingers behind us. Reaching the knuckles for the floor. The shoulder blades draw towards one another, feeling that expansiveness and openness across your chest. Take a breath here. As you exhale, bend back into the front knee and lower the torso forward, bowing forward. You can rest your right shoulder or belly on your thigh, or you can come to the inside of the thigh and melt the forehead towards the floor. Reaching the arms up off the back as much as we can. Keep your head and neck relaxed here. Humble warrior. Take a breath in. Exhale, melt the fingers towards the floor. Place the hands on either side of your front foot. We're going to lift up onto the toes, lifting the heel of the back foot. Let the back knee drop and untuck the toes. Inhale, rise up, reaching up. Same thing, lifting, feeling grounded through the legs. As we exhale, hands are going to come to prayer. We're going to drive the hands right through our heart, and then we're going to turn and we're going to twist. We're going to take our heart to the right, stay upright here, or bring that left elbow to the top of your right knee or to the outside of the right knee if that's available. We're taking the twist, turning our heart, our gaze out over to the right. You can always sink forward, maybe an inch into the lunge here as well. Notice how your breath is. How is your jaw? If you're finding you have tension, try to soften that jaw. On your inhale, unwind, come forward, and exhale, let the hands come to either side of your foot. Tuck your back toes. We're going to inhale and step on up, finding a forward fold here. Let yourself hang. So we're going to come right up into a tree pose here. Here's how we're going to get there. We're going to start to focus the left foot into the ground. Slightly lift the heel of the right foot. We're going to inhale really slowly, rising ourselves up. The weight mostly into our left foot. Lift that right knee up. I'm just going to turn to face you. And then as you exhale, keep the arms out the side. Maybe bring the sole of the foot to the left ankle, keeping the toes on the ground. Or if you'd like, you can bring it to the shin, even into the thigh if that's available, if you'd like to take your tree there. Finding whichever variation works for you today, finding balance. And since we're in the beautiful beginnings of springtime, let's grow those branches really tall today. So just like all the flowers that are blooming, coming out of the ground, reaching for the sky. You can find a drishti by letting your gaze fall onto a spot out on the floor in front of you. Or if you'd like, you can lift the gaze, maybe find a spot on the wall in front of you. Think about being open and reaching. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, bring everything down and take a forward fold and hang. Take a sway. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, rise the arms to chair. Inhale to airplane arms, straighten the knees, maybe lift up onto the toes, and exhale, fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, arms up, chair. Inhale, airplane arms, knees are straight, maybe up onto the toes. And exhale, fold. One more time. Let's inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, chair. Inhale, sweep back, lift. And exhale, fold down. Wonderful. Soften the knees, get those hands on the earth, step the right foot back. Warrior one, so making sure you have feet in the right position here so that you can feel stable, dropping that right heel to the earth. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, arrive in that warrior. Think about the strength and integrity of the back leg here, your right leg. From the hip all the way down to the foot here, grounding down. The left foot in contact with the earth. Arms reaching up for the sky. Opposite directions here. Take a breath, soften that jaw. One more inhale. Exhale, go ahead and bring the hands all the way back. Remember, palms on either side of the sacrum, fingers facing down. Draw the shoulder blades together, elbows back. On an inhale, begin to lift the gaze, lift the heart. Baby back bend here, opening up to the sky. Inhaling, releasing the arms. Arms are going to sweep up. We'll reach. And exhale, hands come so the fingers are just behind our ears. On the inhale, again, opening the heart, shoulder blades move back, and we lift the gaze. Exhale, straighten into that knee and dome forward. Let the elbows come towards one another, chin to chest. Inhale, open up, bend into that front knee. Exhale, straighten the knee and dome. Inhale, open. Exhale. 2 more times, inhaling, big breath in. Exhale, doming, exhaling fully and completely. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Our legs stay straight. We inhale, lift the torso, lift the arms. Exhale, let the arms sweep back, finding that interlace behind our back. Reach those knuckles as you draw your shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale, find a little lift in that heart. And as you exhale, bend back into your front knee. Start to lean the torso forward, coming forward as far as is comfortable for you. And just let the hands lift up off the back as much as possible here. Thinking about relaxing the head, crown of the head melting towards the earth. The arms reaching up for the sky. Our legs are strong. We're grounded. Breathe in. Exhale, melt the hands to the ground. Placing the hands on the ground as we turn, pivot that foot so that your right heel is up and lower your knee down towards the floor and on top of the toes. Inhale, arms rise up. Low lunge, reaching. Exhale, hands through the heart and twist over towards the left here. Staying upright. Elbow to knee or elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Just finding that beautiful twisting motion in the heart, the shoulders, maybe even turning the gaze up. How's the breath? Breathing all the way down, feeling that breath in the belly. Let's go ahead and inhale, finding center. And exhale, letting the hands come to the earth on either side of your left foot. Tuck those right toes. And on a big inhale, we're going to step on up, feet hip width distance, and fold. Letting ourselves hang. So coming up into tree on this side, from our forward fold, we're going to be putting the weight into that right foot. So I'm going to begin to just lift my left heel a little bit, feeling my right foot on the ground. Soft knees here to help me rise up. On the inhale, arms are going to sweep up. I'm going to bring that left knee up. And then I'm going to exhale and find whatever tree I would like today. Maybe having the sole of the foot right on my right ankle, shin, or thigh. Again, your choice. What tree best suits you today? Find your drishti, and let's go ahead and grow those branches nice and tall, reaching up for the sky. Feeling grounded in our legs and our feet. A little wobble is fine, moving in the breeze. Soften that jaw, relaxed in the neck. Take one more breath here. And on the inhale, we're just going to draw that knee forward. And exhale, go ahead, dump it on over. Everything hangs. Give it a shake here. Maybe shake the head out. Give yourself a little sway back and forth. And if you happen to remember our first forward fold, does your forward fold feel any better? I know mine felt really kind of stiff and sticky. I'm feeling a little bit more here, fluid. Feel a little bit more open in the back body. So we're going to inhale halfway. We're going to exhale and take a nice fold here. So really lengthening out that back of the body, back of the hamstrings here. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to plant the hands. We're stepping each foot back, it doesn't matter which one. We're coming into a plank here. Your choice whether you would like to have your knees up or down. We want the shoulders over our wrists here. So whichever position you've chosen, think about pressing the floor away, elbows or shoulders really plugged into the sockets there, nice and strong. We're going to take 3 push-ups here. So again, knees up or knees down, your choice. We're going to inhale, and as we exhale, bend the elbows back and lower halfway down. Keep the shoulders above the elbows. Inhale, press up. Exhale, lower about halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, lower down. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, press up. Everybody has knees down now, untucking our toes. Go ahead, bring yourself down to the belly. Draw the elbows out in front of you so that they're under your shoulders, finding Sphinx pose. Keep the feet a little bit wider, maybe about mat width distance, and relax the whole lower body here. Maybe just a little gentle sway back and forth of the hips to help things settle. Think about the forearms and the palms gently pressing into the earth to lift the ears away from your shoulders. Keeping the spine neutral here rather than looking up or hanging the chin way down. Just trying to keep the spine, that neck nice and neutral. Maybe find a spot right out in front, right off your mat. And with the forearms, we're going to pull ourselves forward towards that spot, just tractioning ourselves forward. The actual movement might only be an inch, if that. As if we could draw our heart between our biceps. Noticing how your breath is here. Taking one more inhale. And then exhale, releasing, softening. Move the elbows out, stack your palms on top of one another, and rest your forehead down. Taking a nice deserved rest here. Let the whole front of your body melt towards the earth, feeling supported and relaxed. Tune in here to your internal landscape. Can maybe you feel or even hear your heartbeat here? And notice the breath, the diaphragm. What do you notice in the front body as you inhale? The sensation of everything being pressed into the earth. Exhaling and just everything softens. And what do you notice in the back body as you inhale? Feeling what happens on the exhale. Slowly on your next inhale, lift the head about an inch or two off your hands. Draw each hand back towards your midrib. Elbows are pressing towards one another, shoulder blades also. And press into the palms and inhale. Bring yourself up into tabletop. And slowly exhale and find a very gentle child's pose here. Couple breaths in child's pose. And then bring your hands under your shoulders and inhale, pressing our torso up. We're going to be coming to seated, but I'm going to ask everyone once again to go ahead and grab your blanket or your towel and fold it up. We're going to sit on our blanket today. So just bringing that and then making your way so that your hips are elevated. We're going to extend our legs out. So we're coming a little bit closer to the front edge so that you feel that instead of wanting to kind of slump back, that lift of the blanket helps tilt the pelvis forward so that we have that nice little curve in the lumbar spine. We're flexing the toes gently back. We're going to inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to keep the length in the spine here. We're going to draw the belly button and sacrum forward. Keeping the heart lifted, come to the edge where you begin to notice sensation in the back of your leg, and then float your hands down to the floor or your legs. Keep the gaze out in between your feet here. On an inhale, we're going to flex the toes back towards us and lift the gaze without changing the angle of your body. We're moving the head and the feet only here. Exhale, point the toes and bring the chin to the chest. Inhale, lift the gaze, flex the toes. Exhale, point and lower the head. Inhale, flex and lift. Exhale, point and lower. Inhale and exhale. We're flossing the back of our body. Inhale and exhale. So as we inhale, everything's moving this direction. Exhale, everything's moving this way. So inhale and exhale. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, just come to neutral, neck is neutral, feet are just gently flexed. Lengthen your spine out. And exhale, just take that fold a little bit further if that's possible. Notice if that helped improve your range of motion without pulling. We're not dragging ourselves forward. And then go ahead and dome. Let your head be soft. Let the chin drip down. Shoulders melt forward. And take a couple breaths. Back body. On the inhale, we're lifting the head only. Place the hands on either side of your legs and continue to press back up and find your seat. We're going to bring the left knee up and we're going to take the ankle over our right thigh. We're going to lean back. So let that left knee fall out. Lean back onto your hands. We're going to lift the heart rather than kind of slumping down into the shoulders. Just keep gently pressing into the earth with the hands. We're going to begin to bend the right knee and come into seated pigeon here. So you can walk that right foot closer to the hip and press into the hands and press the heart towards the shin. Again, think about lifting the heart forward. Keeping our jaw soft and relaxed. And just notice where you might be feeling that, maybe in that outer hip somewhere. Remember to keep the breath smooth and even. The breath is catching, back out a little bit. And we are going to lean back just a tiny bit. We're going to take that right foot out just a little bit further away from us so that we can actually come to seated without our hands. And we'll take the hands and thread them through and grab the back of our right thigh. Use your hands to lift the heart. And we're going to start to lean back, and you can stay here or maybe begin to float your right foot up, maybe extending the leg all the way out. And try to keep that heart lifted. Take one more breath. As you exhale, bend the right knee, place the foot down, come to seated and extend the right leg all the way out, and bring that left knee up so that the left foot comes to the outside of your right thigh. We're going to come into a twist, but before we do, I'd like everyone to please just draw that left sit bone and left hip back just a little bit. So we're already starting into the twist. So we have the pelvis slightly turning already. Inhale, sit tall. Go ahead and hug that knee with your right arm, and exhale, take your twist out to the left. Turning the heart, turning the shoulders, maybe even turning your gaze back as well. If you've taken the gaze back, take an inhale and exhale. Just drop the chin slightly towards that left collarbone. And then we'll go ahead and just breathe here. Letting that diaphragmatic breath take over here, feeling the belly expand as a result of the diaphragm pressing down. And then exhale, everything coming back in. Diaphragm moves back up under the ribs. That's wonderful. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. Gently lift the chin if you had dipped the chin. And then exhale, return back to center. Unwind your legs. Give them a little shake. Draw your right knee up. Place the outer edge of your foot or ankle on the top of your left thigh and let the knee fall out. Let's lean back. Pressing into the hands to lift the heart and begin to bend that left knee for seated pigeon on this side. And I can bring that foot closer into my hip if I want, and also press into the hands and press my heart forward so that the heart and the shin are moving towards one another. So you might notice a difference from side to side, and that is absolutely normal. Just try to breathe here, that slow, even breath. Be visualizing that diaphragm moving down and up with each inhale and exhale. We'll go ahead and we'll slightly lean back so that we can just extend the left foot out a little bit further. Bring the torso forward so you can thread your arms through. Grab the back of that left thigh. Draw the heart lifting up and forward and begin to lean back. Leave your foot on the floor here, just lifting the heart, or maybe try to float and see if we can extend the leg out. A little pigeon type boat pose here. Soften the jaw, relax the neck. Easy breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, lower the foot. Extend the leg out long and go ahead, come to seated and lift the right knee up, letting the right knee come to the outside of your left foot, leg or thigh. Going to draw that right sit bone back a little bit. So you notice my pelvis is already starting to twist a little bit. Inhale, we're going to sit nice and tall, and exhale, complete the twist here, hugging that right knee with your left arm, right hand behind you, turning the gaze back over that right shoulder. Inhale the breath, and exhale, let the chin drop towards your right collarbone. And breathe here. Slow, steady inhale. And that full, complete exhale. Exhaling till you're empty. As you inhale next, gently lift the chin back up. And exhale, return to center. Go ahead and take the legs out long and give them a shake. Alrighty, let's scooch our bottoms up off the blanket, bend into your knees. Take the blanket off to the side and grab a block if you have it. If you don't have a block available, take your blanket and roll, make a nice big roll with it. We're going to come into supported bridge, so we want something that's going to be able to stack underneath our pelvis. And then go ahead and roll on down to your back, however you want to get there. Keep your knees bent. And just arrive on your back, feeling the back of the shoulder blades, the back of the rib cage on the ground. You can take a couple sways with the knees here if that feels good. And then let's go ahead and get ourselves up into supported bridge. So grabbing either your rolled blanket or towel or your block, keep the knees or the feet under the knees, and we're going to press into the feet, lift the hips and slide our little prop underneath the back of our pelvis. Remember staying on the bony part, the sacrum, the back of the pelvis here. And once you find yourself set, make your little adjustments so you feel comfortable. We're going to bring each knee over the hip. And then on an inhale, we're going to lift the legs up, pointing the toes. As we exhale, flex the feet and bend the knees, bringing the shins about parallel to the earth. Inhale, straighten and point. Exhale, flex the feet, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, flex and bend. Inhale, point, lift. Exhale, bend. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, flex and bend. Inhale. Last time. Exhale, flex and bend. Inhale, go ahead, reach up, point the toes, and then exhale, just relax here. And just kind of hang out here in supported bridge, little mild inversion here. And here's where I'd like everyone to please find whatever intuitive movement you'd like. And that includes staying still. Maybe that would feel really good, just to kind of find some stillness here, an awareness of this reversal of energy. You can move or twirl the ankles, the toes, maybe find movement in the legs if you'd like. And if you really want to find something a little bit more relaxing, bend the knees, bring the thighs in towards you, take the palms of your hands, elbows on the floor, and rest your thighs on your hands. Just still getting upside down, but we're just kind of curling in a little bit. And again, any one of these options or anything else that you can think of that would feel good. You're the one that has all the answers. So we'll hang out here for a few more seconds. Getting that last bit of movement in if that's something you've chosen today. Or if you're just kind of hanging out in stillness, just enjoying the resonance of the energy the practice has brought. And then everyone's just going to find our way back to where our knees are over the hips, knees are bent. And one at a time, place each foot back on the floor. Take one full breath here. And then press into the feet and lift up and remove whatever prop you have. And go ahead and set it aside. We're going to go ahead and revisit our twist that we did at the beginning of class, but instead of dynamically moving through it, we'll keep it nice and still for a few moments. So let's extend that right leg out long. Draw the left knee in, breathe in, and on your exhale, take your twist. Left leg over to the right. And however you want to place that left arm, whether it's out to the side or like we did at the beginning, reaching up over your head, your choice. Lengthen through the right leg, reach through the left fingers, nice and gentle. Breathing in, exhale, relax into the pose. And as you inhale, come on back, onto the back. Place the left foot on the ground, draw the right knee up, extend the left leg long. Bring your right knee all the way up, inhale, exhale, take it out, finding our twist now on this side. Right arm out, up, your choice. Gently reach with the left toes, reach with the right fingers. Inhale the breath. And then exhale, soften into your twist here. As you inhale next, bring yourself back to center. Let's give ourselves a hug with those knees curling in. Just rock a little bit side to side. And if you'd like, you can maybe just take one last little happy baby here. Take the hands to the back of the thighs. Move the thighs out to the outside of your rib cage. Turn the feet up towards the ceiling and just continue to draw the thighs back. Or if you'd like, you can reach up and grab the baby toe edge of your feet. Rock yourself side to side here. Just a gentle little happy baby. So whether you have the feet or you have the back of the thighs, take one more big breath in. And exhale, bring it on in and give yourself one last little hug. You can tuck the chin to the knees if you want, or leave the head on the floor. Take one more big breath. And as you exhale, make yourself roll long and relaxed out onto your mat. Coming into your Shavasana, of course, as always, if you have some props you want to use, go ahead and get yourself propped up, schnoodled up, whatever feels good. Whatever feels supportive and nurturing. Once you're settled, letting your eyes close. Together, we breathe in a big, big breath. And exhale, we soften, we let everything go, melting back onto the floor. Like a wave moving through the body from the head to the toes. Slowly let the awareness drip down, relaxing everything as it goes down through the forehead, the eyes melting back away from the eyelids, cheeks and jaw softening. Relaxing the throat, the shoulders, feeling the weight of the arms on the ground. Continuing down through the torso, the heart softens, resting back. Belly relaxes. The hips release their gripping. And everything drains down your legs through the thighs, over the knees, through the shins, the calves, the ankles, and everything leaving through the feet and out the toes. Feel that support of the earth underneath you, holding you, supporting you. And just let go. Just be. Shavasana. Gently bringing awareness on to the breath. And just take a beautiful, deep, rich, full breath in. And exhale, let it go. Feel the energy in the body that the breath draws in. Notice its effects as it makes its way all the way out to the fingers, the toes. Find the movement you need to help you ease from Shavasana today. Maybe some gentle movement in the fingers or the toes. Maybe even coming to a body stretch here if that would feel good. Eventually finding your way to hugging your knees in and rolling over onto your right side. And just staying and lingering on that right side for a few breaths here. With the eyes still closed here, just take that little inward journey and notice what's going on inside right now in this moment. How do you feel? Just observe. And then as you're ready, very gently easing yourself back up and finding it just a nice comfortable seat. Once we all arrive there, we'll go ahead and we'll draw our hands together in front of our hearts. Let the eyes close once more. And breathing in together, nice big breath in. Exhaling completely, letting everything go. Fingertips to forehead for peaceful thoughts. To the mouth for kind words. And finally to the heart for loving action. From my heart to yours, thank you everyone so much for your presence, for your practice. The love and light in me sees and honors the beautiful love and light in all of you. Namaste. Oh, thanks everyone.